What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Amy Nicholas, and in today's video I'm doing a quick recap of the week. And I want to just share pre-Amy's trading before starting her 20 trades experiment and post-trading. So funnily enough, we have 13 trades on both sides. And real quick before I get into it, be sure to check out my day trading resources guide if you want to follow along. I've got all the resources that have helped me to get to this month 4 of day trading, and you can access that for free. It'll be a link in the comments or in the description down below. Also, the reason for the 20 trades experiment came from an idea that I got from a Mark Douglas video. So he's the author of Trading in the Zone. That video, there will be a link inside the document that you can click on, watch the video. This what inspired this. So Monday and Tuesday, I had 2 red days back to back. And after my losing trade first thing in the morning on Tuesday, I decided just to trade for practice. And I was like, I'm just going to go back down to 1 share just to, give myself time to practice and to kind of get back on my game, because I'm just not feeling it right now. And I'm worried about things, and I'm worried about jumping in. I'm worried about the money. I knew I had all this kind of like garbage going on in my head. So that's where I kind of started. And between Monday and Tuesday, I did 13 trades because Tuesday was a practice day. Normally if I'm doing like regular trades, it's somewhere between 2, 3, maybe 4. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday was when I was executing on my 20 trades experiment. Goal being 1 share per trade, 75-cent trailing stop loss on every trade, and ultimately to just become more mechanical. Just execute without thinking, stop overthinking to get in a trade, stop worrying about the outcome, stop worrying about money. When you're trading 1 little share, it's like, okay, great, I could lose 75 cents. It's all good. Right? So I did, like I said, 13 pre the experiment and 13 during the experiment so far. So I'll continue the experiment into next week until I hit the 20 trades. But the results were kind of interesting, and I'm glad I had these numbers, and I didn't plan it this way, but that I had 13 trades before the experiment and 13 after. So before, my win rate, I had 8 red and 5 green. Wait, that doesn't add up. I just realized that's 14. It was more red than green. So I had calculated it, and I had like 38% win rate. So worse than 50%, right? Like I'm losing more than I'm winning. Then when I started the 20 trades experiment, immediately the first day I did better than I'd ever done. I went 4 for 5. And the next day it continued, and I went 3 for 4. And Friday I would have did 100% win rate if I had walked away after the 2 green trades I had first thing. That was kind of an irritation. You can go back and watch day 3 of my 20 trades experiment where I talk about that. At any rate, that was a 69% for those 3 days win rate versus my 38% prior. And what it showed me was that because I shifted to trading such small position size, I stopped worrying over each and every little trade. And it actually gave me, I felt like, better opportunities, or to see better opportunities in the market, to jump in at better entries, because I wasn't so stressed like, oh, I have to be right on this trade because it's got to make up for something I did yesterday, or, I need to be profitable. I got to work, all this stuff of worrying about money and, losses, or maybe I'm going to get it right. For me, there's this like persistent need sometimes to be right. And I'm like, I'm not going to be right. Probably more often than not, I'm just going to have to accept that I'm going to be wrong. And that's okay, especially if my goal is not right versus wrong, green versus red. My goal is profitability, right? This is the ultimate end game here, that we are bringing in more money than we are losing. And hopefully that gap just widens tremendously. We're way over here with profit, and losses way down here because we have good risk management, right? Which is what I had been working on the past few weeks, was my risk management. When it started to creep up that I felt nervousness about losing or worrying about entries and stuff, that's when I knew to do this experiment, this 20 trades, make it robotic, execute, look at my stats after the fact and see, you know, what worked, what didn't. So right away, as you can see, you know, my win rate went from 38 to 69%, which was incredibly encouraging because I'll tell you this, trading just one share at a time, it's a little frustrating because I'm like, some of these trades I won, you know, I would like $1 profit per share. It could have been times 50, right? My normal share size that I started trading with in November and December. But I have to go kind of back to the foundation right now. And to build the foundation properly, I need to start really small so that I can overcome the mental barriers. Because if I go too far ahead, that's when I felt like, okay, but you know, I might have a great win day, but then the next day, what if that was the losing day and my brain just couldn't handle it because the win wasn't more than the losing, or it wasn't more like by very much, you know? So that's kind of why I'm doing this and just keeping it small. So into next week, I'll be continuing with trades 14 through 20 to finish the experiment. And I think it's probably going to take me till like Wednesday or so. I'm trying to keep myself down to like 3 trades a day, max maybe 4, but I really would prefer to kind of start doing it just 3. I felt like I overtraded on Friday. I did 4 on Friday. It's sometimes just the conditions of the market too. If you don't feel like you have a lot of opportunities, I feel like get in and get out, right? Like go and maybe get 1 or 2 and then just walk away. Just say goodbye. And then after that, my idea is to do 2 shares per trade will be the next set of 20 trades. So I tend to do a bunch of series of doing these 20 trades, you know, at a time, and to say, okay, I'm going to do the 1x, then I'm going to do the 2x, then I'm going to do the 4x, then I'm going to do the 8x, and just keep doubling versus trying to jump too far ahead. Like 1 to 5 doesn't seem like a lot, but mentally, you know, your brain might say, well, that's 5x, right? That's jumping 5 times as many shares. And then, you know, and then trying to go from 1 to 10, which again doesn't seem like a lot, but if you are just trying to overcome these smaller mental barriers that are preventing you from handling losses properly, then, you know, why not? That's just kind of my thing. I know a lot of people aren't willing to be patient like this. I myself, I'm like, I don't really want to be patient like this. I would love to just go, you know, okay, I did this 1 share, per trade, and I did 20 trades. Okay, let's jump back in. Let's go to 10, let's go to 15, let's go to 25, whatever. But I know that I have to keep kind of like making these small incremental moves so that mentally I can accept the potential for more loss, right? It's like, okay, right now I'm losing 75 cents if I lose, and then it's $1.50, and then it's $3, and then it's $6. You know, it's a little bit more like, okay, that's not too bad, right? But if I jump from 1 to 25, you know, my stop loss is 75 cents, and it's like, whoa, I'm jumping from pennies to multiple dollars, you know, at that point. And then still, it's not a lot of money per se, but I don't want to like shock myself into trading bigger. I think that's where I went wrong starting out that way. Even though I had wins in the beginning, market has changed. We all know this. It's a little bit different right now. It's a little choppier. So anyways, guys, feel free to check out the day trading resources guide down in the links below, comments, description. And let me know, are you doing anything similar? Are you kind of tracking your trades, looking for data, looking for statistics like, hey, if I just buy this many, or if I have this kind of stop loss or whatever, you know, are you doing 1 share like me? Just curious. I know a couple people are that have mentioned it before in the comments, but thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one.